Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahushai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahushai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakal Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the hopefully elect out there, you Akim to Sadakim, that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. On the pre-Shaman, this week's topic is going to be a response to the Hodge twins on Jacob Blake, alright? Let's lock it. If you're not familiar with Jacob Blake, he was a dude that got gunned down, shot 7 times in the back by 2 police officers, Edomites. All right. Pretty much a dude, you know, when you look at all these scenarios, and this is what the Hodge twins were saying, is, you know, the dude's often resisting arrest, doing shit to put yourself in bad situation, man. You know that these crackers, you know, these Edomites, they have a hatred for you, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And if you give them a reason to kill you, they will. Now, the media is playing Jake, and they did mention it. The so-called Hodge twins did mention it, that the media is playing you. You know, often around election, just like 2015. That's when Black Lives Matter. After that, they don't really give a fuck, you know. But yeah, they definitely playing Jake, man. They definitely playing on your emotions, because why is this all being heightened now? You know, again, during election time, man. They acting like cops go around doing drive-bys on Jakes. No, Jake goes around doing drive-bys on Jakes, but that don't get any coverage. Anyways, this is Sirach 9 and 13. It says, keep thee far from the man that hath the power to kill. So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. So keep thee far from the man that has the power to kill. Now, we know that Esau's blessing was a sword, all right? Any means of destruction is a sword, you know, whether it's a chemical warfare. In this case, the modern day sword for the most part is the gun. All right, these officers, they have that and they will use it to abuse. Okay, especially here in the United States, because if you look at the UK, a lot of those cops walk around with what? Billy clubs. Now, but these cops, you know, and I watched the video, okay, and this dude, you know, they were saying they shot him in front of his kids, but hey, man, like these guys were saying in the video, man, like if you really cared about your kids and cops have guns behind you, why the hell would you walk towards your kids, man? Man, you watch that video, you like, man, just like that dude that got killed by Wendy's. It's like, why would you grab a cop's taser? You know, and just like, what was a guy named that they had the knee on the neck? George Floyd. Dude was a convicted felon. Same thing with this dude, Jacob Blake. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they just playing on people's emotions with this shit, man. Some of these niggas, they put themselves in situations to get killed, man. That's just the fact that they don't use wisdom. Not to say that the police is not, you know, a lot of cops are corrupt. And I don't want to say all cops, man. I don't want to say that, because you do have certain individuals out there that's really just trying to make a 9-to-5 living, you know. But then again, you know, you're doing that for a system that is just filled with corruption, man. Right? Because at the very top, the elites that control everything, they could break any law they want. You know, they just see you as cattle. Going back to the scripture, it says, keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. Right? Because, you know, the scripture says what? Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Here in America, death pretty much walks behind you like a shadow. Any moment you could die, right? Now, you could do things like tempt the Lord. What's ways of tempting the Lord? Trying to get at these centurions, man. Trying to piss these centurions off. Look, I've been pulled over, personal testimony, multiple times, man. You know, for little bullshit. And a so-called Edomite cop let me off 3 different times. 3 different Edomite cops, I want to say 4, let me off. Why? Because I used the wisdom that my apostles gave me through the scriptures, man, which is agreeing with my adversary quickly. All right. And you want to hear something? All right. I got tickets from so-called black officers, man. All right. Crispy black officers. They gave me some bullshit ass tickets, man. And Edomites let me off, you know. I mean, in both situations, I use wisdom, but I'm just saying, you know, if you use wisdom, man, and don't tempt these cops that is itching to kill you niggas, because you got to keep in mind, they trying to protect themselves too. You know, if you're a cop, you're not gonna give some dude the right and the opportunity to go and reach for some shit you don't know what's going on about. Now, to prove that they hate Jake is they shoot them in the back. They don't shoot them in the legs, and they put 7 holes in you, man. So it's, you know, you can see both aspects of the situation, but the point being is, look, man, these cops do anything, pull you over, ask you for anything, you shut the hell up and just go along with it, man. You know, a soft answer turn away wrath. You know, And that happened to me actually just recently. I want to say like a month ago or a few weeks ago. Got pulled over, used the wisdom of the scriptures, man, and the dude let me off. He's like, yo, you one of them few guys that he said some shit like respect authority or something like, something like that, something to that effect. And that's the way you do it, man. That's the way you do it. Don't piss these guys off because some of them is itching to write a ticket or jam you up or hem you up, It says, and if thou come unto him, make no fault. That's it. Make no fault. Don't grab his taser. Don't, what the fuck you doing off of? That's just complete madness. And we've done shows like this time and time again. And by the way, these guys, the Hodgins, they might be tiz. I think they said their great grandfather was white or some shit like that. They might be tiz, man. They come across as kind of funny, like funny, like on some tear shit. And they all into America, and I don't know about them. But what I do know is they did make a valid point. They did make a valid point that what the radical left, so-called, or radical liberals, they love playing you jakes, man. They love telling you what's good for you and how to react and fool your emotions to do shit. Protesting with no real solution, just to protest to create distraction. Nothing to really benefit you, nothing to really change anything. It says, make no fault lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares. That's, man, the scriptures are beautiful. There's snares and traps for us out there, man. Especially as so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. This man is constantly trying to trap you. So the best way to do is what? Obey his laws. Look at Jacob. Look at our forefather, man. He kissed Esau on the cheek, man. What does that tell you? All right? You got to use some type of wits about you. Israelite men have some type of wits. Abraham, how he dealt with the Egyptians. You have to have some type of wits about you, man. All right? And that's not a small thing that dude did. That's why the Most High had them death angels blow his ass away. See, the Most High could have had it to where them cops aired him out and the kids because he just put the kids in jeopardy. But the Most High put some bullets to them, and guess what? He's still walking, Not still walking, Slocky. He's actually paralyzed from the waist down. It says, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. It says that thou goest, Slocky. Oh, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. Wow, the crazy wordplay right there. So the battlements, all right, is like I don't know if you have a fire escape. All right, the thing that's stopping you from falling over is the battlements, like the ring around it. Like if you just had a straight ledge, which is against the scriptures, you can't do that. If you just had a straight ledge, people will fall off and die. But you create battlements, some type of barrier, right, to protect yourself from falling. So it says, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city, meaning that any time, you can fall the hell off. You got to be careful, Just like if you was walking down a fire escape, you can fall off that shit if you're not careful, right? To your death. But you got to remember them battlements is there to be careful at all times. So it's the same thing in this particular society. You have to walk with wisdom and be careful, all right? Because they're looking for any means and reason to blow your ass away, man. Think about it, man. If the cops rolled up on the camp and you had one individual that was blurting scriptures at the camp and you fucking cops, you goddamn Edomites, and doing all that type of madness, you're going to get the whole camp in trouble. And we'll curse your ass out. But if you just, agree with the adversary quickly and let for the most part, those cops let us do what we got to do. Anytime they come and talk to us, yeah, where's your mask? Oh, sorry, officer, we got our masks now. You know what I'm saying? And we just continue teaching. Because we doing what the Lord said to do, So I just wanted to give a quick to the point on this particular situation. We speak on everything, so just speaking on it with the scriptures. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of great most and want you well, and salutations to the hopeful elect out there. You Akim to Sadakim that do the thing in the most truth and sincerity. Shalom.